am so excited to bring you It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Halloween. I am thrilled to bring you my first Halloween video this season, 2021. We are going to look at some supplies from Dollar Tree, from Target, and from Walmart. I've got 5 fun DIYs to ease us into Halloween. So sit back, grab your favorite blankie. It's beginning to look a lot like Halloween. Hey everybody, I'm Soozie, and this is Soozie's Stuff. Welcome to station KDIY Channel 146. I'm so happy you're here. I would love it if you'd click and subscribe and then click the bell to be notified when I upload a new episode. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up or even a comment. So don't touch that dial. Let's go make some stuff. And to ease us into this spooky season, I've got Baby Boo Pumpkin. And this is a little votive candle holder from Dollar Tree. I just thought it looked just like a pumpkin. And a little stick. You need some Spanish moss. And I wasn't too sure what label I was going to use. So let's get started. I am going to paint this little pumpkin looking thing with some silver lining chalk paint, and it was a little light and I need to get some elephant gray Waverly chalk paint, but I just added a little black to it and it made it a little bit darker. So I just added it kind of sporadically all around and then wiped it off, and then we're going to sand it. And next I'm taking my little miter shears and I cut down the stick, and I've got my Dollar Tree basket that I wipe my crumbs all in. And so we're just going to hot glue that right in that little place where you put a votive or a little tea light. I said votive before, didn't I? But it really meant tea light. And so to cover that little hole up, we're just going to add some Spanish moss right in there. I think it turned out so perfect with that Spanish moss. And got to clean up again. So I'll give it a little trim. And then all I'm going to do is add a little label. I wasn't for sure which one I wanted to use, but I really like this little tag. So it worked out perfectly. Just going to write the word boo on it. La 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 la. I really love that music. It's so fun, little creepy music. It's not too scary. So I'm just gonna tie that around that big old fat stem. I'm taking some buffalo check ribbon, and I wanted it to be even thinner. So we're going to make a little teeny tiny little bow to put right on there and hot glue it, and we'll be done. This was so easy to ease us into Halloween, and I really am so upset because I wish I would have gotten 3 of these. However, I only found 1. So if you find this little tea light candle holder, grab a couple of them. I love that paint on there, how it turned out, just very rustic looking. And look at that stem, isn't it hilarious? So grab all the materials you need to make this little baby boo pumpkin. I love him so much. Watch out! Next on the spooky list is a reversible spooky sign. And this sign I picked up at Target in the dollar spot area. They have several different kinds this year. And there's 4 stencils inside. It was $3. We're going to use some white paint, and what's really cool is it's reversible. It's got this really neat black sort of chalkboard sign. And so later on in a couple of more episodes, I'm going to use some of the other stencils. So stay tuned for what I do with that. But today we're going to look at the black side, and we're going to use the Stay Spooky little stencil. So the very first step is just kind of deciding where you want to place everything. And I cut off a couple of little pieces to make room for some other things. So I'm going to be using these pumpkins with the Stay Spooky. And we're just going to get it all placed. And then once I find the spot that I like it, I'm going to tape it all down. So I'm using some just basic white chalk paint and one of the little round sponges from Dollar Tree. And the most important part right here when you're stenciling is just to go straight up and down. Don't slide it because it'll move underneath the stencil. Let it dry, and this is the best part ever, is when you reveal it. Oh, it came out beautiful. I love that stencil, and I really think that I can use it again. A couple little spots there got to clean up, no problem at all. So now let's put the pumpkins down. And here I'm using the Waverly chalk paint in moss. I love that green, and every time anybody uses that color, they're like, it's my favorite green. Well, it is mine too, because green is my favorite color. So I did 2 of the little pumpkins green, and then I used some acrylic paint. This color is light mocha, and it's the apple barrel paint. And the one in the center is that color. It's a really pretty color. And then, oh wait, I've got to do the stems. So I just took this, and it's a little tiny spot. So I just took a little teeny tiny sponge from one of my sponge brushes, just kind of tore it off, and I'm gonna stamp that right in there, and that will be done. Let it dry and then reveal. Have just a couple of little boo-boos there, no problem. This is water-based paint, and so all I have to do is wipe that off. And look, I love the white stems. And then there it is, all clean. And so what I'm gonna do is make a really messy bow. I'm using some raffia, some of the orange gingham ribbon from Dollar Tree, some black buffalo check. And after I put it on, I wasn't real pleased with it, but I did use it for now. But I think I'm just going to go back and just use raffia. I do like the denim in there. It's really pretty, but I don't know. I didn't like it when I revealed it, but do a bow that makes you happy. So all I'm going to do is bring it all together. This is how you make that little messy bow. Kind of bring it all together and give it a trim. And I do it once more because it's a little big. But like I said, I do change it to raffia. It's in my own home. It's hanging on a doorknob. I love it. It's actually hanging on my craft room doorknob. And so I took a little bit of wire and put it on this very wonderfully made board from Target. I love it. Try to find this, pick it up. It is fun, and here it is. It's not so bad, right? I love it. And here it is with a little candle. That's an old little tomato paste can that I had, and it just comes out so rustic, and a little bit of farmhouse. The lights are out. Stay spooky. I love this sign. I hope you do too. Make yours today. Watch out. Next up is the Kirkland's Pumpkin Dupe number 2. And the reason I have called it Dupe number 2 is this is the second time I'm going to make it. All right, these are the pumpkins at Kirkland's. They're $12.99. And I found this thick pumpkin at Target for $5. Now, people have shown some from Dollar Tree that are thick, and I think they got them online because I've never seen them in the stores. So we're going to use some paint and some of those upholsteries, pins, but this is the one that I made last year. And it's a very thin pumpkin, and it was some leather that I had. Oh, and I found this at the Walmart dollar spot. They have a dollar spot now. This was $3. Boom. It is exactly like the Kirkland. So if you don't even want to try to make it, run up to Walmart and grab this because it was $3. Perfect. I think it is the best dupe of all. And I grabbed it. It's so cute. I just love that leather feel. But anyway, the one that I made last year, I had some leather and I had a wood burning kit, and I used the wood burning kit on the leather, and it just started shrinking up. I was cracking up, but I went for it and I still made it. But I wanted to try it again this year. When I found this thick pumpkin at Target, I thought I want to try to do a reversible. So this is actually going to go on both sides. So the first side I'm using is this brown paper sack or brown paper from Dollar Tree, and I'm kind of making a little like banner kind of looking sign, and we're going to use a glue stick and glue this right on. So I get this all glued on, lots and lots of glue there. And I have one of those little smoother thingies that I did pick up at Dollar Tree too. And it really worked out great. Just kind of smooth it on down, get it on the tips there. And then we're going to sand off that little extra part sticking off. And the upholstery pins I got at Walmart. You can get a little pack for 99 cents. And all I did was take my little cutters and I just cut off the little pointy part, stuck a little hot glue on there, and then popped them on, and then used my hammer to secure it on in there. I love how that looks. And then we're just going to take a paint Sharpie pen, and I'm going to practice real quick. I can tell you the tip about doing this is just go fast. Don't stop. Just keep on going and get your tip all clean. I was like, okay, there's some fuzzes on there. And just go for it. Just right and right. And then I think sometimes when you slow down, you can't get it just right, but practice. And oh, I love how that came out. Isn't that so cute? Love it. So let's work on the other side. So this is the leather that I had from last year. Not going to use my wood burning kit, although I would like to use it on some leather. There's some stuff. There's a whole big section at Hobby Lobby there that does that has a whole bunch of that wood burning stuff. So I'd have to look at that someday. So anyway, I'm just kind of scooping out the end to make it all pretty, like the one from Kirkland's. And we're going to place that on there with some more of the upholstery pins, and then we're going to write the word. The one from Kirkland's had little dots kind of going all the way around that was actually burned into the leather. I'm sure they had some special machine that did that. But I was looking at the one at Walmart, and it just has little lines. So I just used my little skinny fine point Sharpie to do that. Now I'm just going to put I did thankful. Hello, can I see? And so we're just going to kind of put that all in there and go over it, make it fun. And now hot glue it on. And then now we're going to add the upholstery pins. I just did it the exact same way as I did the other side. And then notice that the little Walmart pumpkin above has a leather little leaf, and that's exactly what I do too. The Kirkland's pumpkin does not have it, but I just thought I'm going to cut one really quick. I put some twine on this side, and we're just going to kind of scoop and scoop and scoop and cut a little leaf out. And now I add add a little bit of veins on there, and we're going to just attach that to the pumpkin there. I did use some Scotch tape, actually. I just put that on there so that I can take it off and reverse it when I'm ready. So first I'm going to use it as the Halloween side, and I just used this little gingham orange bow. Ribbon is from Dollar Tree, and I just put that on there. And then when you're ready, you just switch it around and you're ready for Thanksgiving. I love this reversible little sign. It is so adorable. Remember, this pumpkin came from the dollar spot at Target. So make your little Dupe number 2 sign today. I love it. This year was better. And it's time for my question of the day. Have you already started putting up Halloween decor? I have a little bit scattered here and there, so leave me a comment down below and tell me, have you started decorating? Woohoo! Ooh, I think you're gonna like this next one. It is a cheap black tray and a friend. Okay, check out these Target plastic dishes. They were on the end of the aisle. They were 50 cents each. Yes, that's right. 50 cents. They're already painted. I got the black, I got the green, they had pink, they had a coral. You have to check this out. They are excellent plastic, and look at that color. I don't have to paint a thing, and I'm gonna make a cheap tray for a whole $1. Sometimes at Dollar Tree you have to buy 2 things. That's $2. This is $1, 50 cents a piece. So I'm just gonna hot glue those together. This would have been perfect for my 60-second DIY. It could have been a 30-second DIY, but I wanted to add something more to it. And look how that, oh, it's just gorgeous. Look at that, so high end. But here comes my little friend. Oh, it's a Dollar Tree spider. Watch out. Isn't he so cute? I didn't like those velvet ones that they had, but this one was so cute, and he's got a little shaky string you can hang it up. But we're gonna kind of dissect him, pull him all apart, and we're gonna do something fun with this Chanel yarn. Now we are in surgery, and we're going to pull him apart just like Frankenstein. And so this was really easy, just kind of had to put a little muscle into it. There it goes. And those are the little legs. I think that was what was so cute for me, are the legs. They just were so cute. And then I pull off the eyes, and I do keep those. I don't know why, because I have a big giant bowl of eyes that I have had forever. And so now I'm just going to use a lot of hot glue and wrap and wrap and wrap this thing, and it's going to be so cute. I think the secret of doing this is being imperfect. I just kept wrapping and wrapping and wrapping. And then towards the end, that was a little bit of a tricky part because it wanted to slide off. But just use a lot of hot glue. Get your little silicone spatula there, and that sure does help. And so just keep wrapping, and it just is the softest, cutest little spider ever. I love that Chanel little yarn, and look how cute he came out. And some of that little black fuzzy was kind of peeking out, so that sure didn't hurt either. So now we're just gonna place the eyes. I almost didn't put the eyes on because sometimes I don't like things so cutesy, but he just had to have them, I think. And so we're gonna hot glue the legs back on as well. And here he is making his debut on his super cheap tray. This came out so cute. You could put some chips on here. You could serve on a little party. I just absolutely love how this came out. It is very inexpensive. I think $3 for the whole thing. And there is my little Boo pumpkin that just made it perfect. I love him and I love this cheap tray. And our very last project for today is called the Trick or Treat Scratch Board. And I bet you just crack up during this whole time. This is a really fun project. This is a cat scratch board from Dollar Tree. I love them. I've used them before. If you've watched my channel, I've made probably about 2 other things. And these are some gel clings from Target. And they were at the dollar spot for $1. And I'm also going to use a little bit of chalk paint. Let's give it a whirl. All right, so I have my chalk paint and I'm just gonna go over this little scratch board with this paint and let it dry. And seriously, it took about 30 seconds to dry. It takes so little paint. I think I picked the best music for this little project because, as you can see, don't get discouraged. First of all, don't get discouraged. When you pull off these little gel clings, they're like all over the place, and I was so worried that I was going to break it. No, it's pretty thick, and then once you lay it down, it kind of goes back into shape. I was cracking up so hard. I mean, I was like, no, this is just not going to work. And I seriously almost stopped the project. Now, the little oar is so light. I did not use it at all, but I wish everything was made out of black. The black is stunning. I absolutely love it. So again, don't get discouraged when you see me pull it apart because it really was kind of kooky. So instead of the oar that you could not see, I just used the little moon. There I'm showing you again, you just can't see the oar, so I'm getting rid of that. But I just used the little moon and a couple of stars, and then I'm going to use that little wooden finishing cap that I picked up at Walmart. I love those things, and if you've watched my channel, I use those a lot. I just think they add something to your little project. So we're going to hot glue that cap right on. I also thought that I was going to need some kind of adhesive glue to keep the window clings on, and no, you do not. They stick on really well, and so I didn't have to worry about that. You can add any bow you like. I just had this buffalo check right next to me, so I grabbed it, made a quick little bow, and this little project is done. I think it's precious. I love those cat scratch boards. They just turn out so cute, and there's so many things that you can do with them. So I hope you enjoyed this trick or treat cat scratch board. It was certainly fun. And grab those gel window clings. And that's it for my It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Halloween. I hope you weren't too scared. These projects were super fun and great to ease into the Halloween season, yet keeping up some of your fall decor for sure. And you can even take some of the things and turn them around and use them for Thanksgiving. I wonder what next Saturday's theme will be. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Tune in on Tuesdays and Saturdays to Soozie Stuff, KDIY Channel 146. Bye, everybody.